Welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name's Sipsky, your host. Today I'll be reviewing Epson Ecotank ET 4550 series printer. This is a unique printer in the sense that you can actually fill the ink to its tank by injecting these tubes of ink. As you can see here, they provide a set of inks. Here we have about 4 sets times 2. They actually give you extra. As you can see there, there's like 2 huge black tubes of black ink, and there is a 2 sets of 3 colored inks. All the cables provided, you can see there. But the one thing I like about this printer, and the reason I bought for it, is that it's claimed that you can actually print 11,000 pages of printing. That's pretty awesome. I do print a lot. I don't know if I can print 11,000 per year, but they claim that an average household, if they do some printing a lot, that will last them at least 2 years. All right. So for me, it may only last me a year, but 11,000 pages of printing is a lot. Now, what I mean by 11,000, I mean it's only 20% on a 8.5 by 11 page. Now you can see here we have all these ink I'm showing you, and there is the black ink. There's 2 huge bottles there, right there. Now the one thing about this printer is the way we fill it up. This is going to be tedious. I'm going to show you right now that it's quite tedious, and that's probably the downfall of this printer. But once you get it started, it's great. It takes about 45 minutes to set up. It can be quite messy, so if you're not one of those who like to do hands-on stuff, I wouldn't recommend this printer. But if you want to save money, definitely, and want to take worthwhile your time, it's definitely worth it. I'm one of those guys who like to save money, so that's why I like these printer. You can see here I'm trying to unbox the printer. I took all the ink out. There's manuals, you can see there. You might want to read through that. I recommend you do, because it's pretty comprehensive, and you have to follow the instruction carefully, especially filling up the ink. Alright, there's all these paper, read through it, and this yellow paper that I have right there. You might want to read through that. Seems like it's an important document there. Okay, now what we want to do is gently try to notice how I'm very cautious there reading the yellow page. Okay, so what we want to do is remove the printer from its box. There's a styrofoam protector. We want to remove that. But what I do is, to remove that, I tilt the box over gently. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it upside down gently again. There is a software in there, as you can see, but I didn't notice that. Okay, so then I wiggle it. Okay, this is upside down now. Wiggle it gently, don't want to break anything, and it comes out quite easily. Then notice how the packaging is set up. There's plastic wrapping all over the printer there, which is good, so to prevent any friction, that might cause a scratch onto the thing. There's the software right there. Okay. Now the printer is actually made of plastic, which is why it's light. It may not be durable, but it's light. You don't want to make it of metal. The metal will get really heavy. I had an old HP, a huge one. This was a color laser. It was so heavy. It's made of plastic and metal, but it seems like this Epson one, it's actually made mostly of plastic. I mean, the other metal piece is probably electronic stuff. Anyway, it's not bad. It's pretty well built. It contains scanner, fax, which if you're old school, fax will still come in handy. And the scanner is going to be very helpful, especially it has a auto feeder there. Now I'm not going to go through the comprehensive thing that it can do, like auto feeder. I want to show you just how it prints and all that, and the setup. Okay. So if you ask me, is it worthwhile investing? It's quite expensive initially, but I say $50 because there was a special deal where if you bring in the old printer, you can get $50 off and I saved, it was, I think it was around about $5.99, I believe, for this printer. I'm not sure, Canadian. And with the $50 off, it was $5.50, and then of course the tax, it ended up to be around $600, right? 600 something, because in Canada, you know, in Ontario, we pay about 13% tax. But anyway, it's not bad, the printer. Like I said, it comes with a scanner, and then you see right beside the one I'm pointing at right there is the tank where we're going to fill up the ink. That's the very tedious part initially when you try to do that. So you must follow the instruction carefully. I'm going to show you right now how to do it. There we go. I'm opening up the tank for you to see. There. Okay, there's 4 tank, empty tank right now. The black one is the biggest one, and then you have the color one, the yellow, the red, the blue. Okay, so we are going to fill it up right now. Okay, I'm ready to fill up the ink. Notice how I lay out all the ink tubes. I have it all ready, okay, because you want to do that. Now the mistake I made is that you should not be put it on a wooden floor like that. You should actually, well, actually I did do that, but I should use newspaper. I was using this thin paper that came, the instruction, right, with it. So, but I would recommend you actually put a whole newspaper to protect your floor and your carpet, at least 2 layers thick, just in case it's spilled out. In fact, I would not recommend you do it on your carpet. That would be the biggest mistake you'll make if you spilled it. So please be careful with that. That's, you know, one thing that Epson might get in trouble for that if they don't warn their customer first. It's quite messy. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward this thing because it's gonna be very boring. What we're gonna do is just follow the instruction, and I'm just filling it up, the black ink right now. So we're gonna fast forward this video. It's just gonna be tedious and long. Okay. Altogether that took about 12 to 15 minutes to fill the ink. Now let's see how the performance of this ink will do. Now before I do that, here's another thing, okay, so that might be bothersome to most people, is you have to set it up. Yep, that's right. Now I'm not talking about the Wi-Fi. Okay, that's another thing. You have to set up the Wi-Fi. This is to set up the ink system, because this is a continuous ink system. So the device, the printer, has to be able to suck in the printer ink into their system. So it has to be calibrated, they call it, for I think between 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so that's why I said that this process will take a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes. All right, so if you think this printer, and this is the downfall of this printer, is that you do need time to set it up. It's not like just take it out and you can print. It's not like that. You don't put the cartridge in like right away and it will print. You have to calibrate it such that, and it takes about 20 minutes to calibrate this system. So again, you know, if this is not for someone who want to get printing done right away. You have to set it up. It will take about 45 minutes, and once you set it up, that's where the beauty is. You save money. Okay, and like I said, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm setting it up. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna try to install the driver. So it comes with a DVD containing the driver, the software. So now hopefully your computer, your laptop, or your desktop has a DVD, right? Otherwise you cannot install the software. You can go online and download the drivers, but I would be hesitant on doing that because you don't know what to do first, right? With a DVD, it has, like, you know, you click on it and start up and it'll set it up and it automatically does everything for you. Hopefully Epson has that online for you to download if you don't have a DVD. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to print and see the quality of the printer. First, you want to load up your blank piece of paper, and that's what I'm doing right now. I think the maximum you can put in is about 50 amount of paper, I believe. And then of course you want to set up your Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi setting. You make sure you know your password to your Wi-Fi, and just follow the instruction. Okay. One thing I don't like about the Wi-Fi is that once you turn the computer off, you have to do that again. Okay, so here is printing. You print it out, and the one thing I like about this printer is that not only can you have infinite amount of ink, you can also print double-sided. Okay, so the ET4550 series can print both sides, and if you like double-side printing, safe on paper and ink, this is the model to use. Okay, now of course it's a bit tricky to do a double-side printing. I'm actually doing a what do you call it, a booklet type of double side, so that was a little bit complicated for me to set it up, but just go through the setup. You might have to print a few to get it correct, but once you do that, you can actually make booklets. Yeah, that's right, color booklets. Imagine that. You know how much money you can save printing your own booklets, especially if you have, you know, your art show, you have a catalog you're making yourself. And that's why I bought this printer, because I could make catalogs on the go. And if I change something, I change the catalog. Okay, so, and also if I have like, you know, 10-20 clients, I just print 10-20 catalogs. And that's the beauty of this printer. But like I said, it is not a very friendly setup printer. If you're not tech savvy, I find that it's going to be a bit difficult. You probably need someone who knows a little bit about technology to help set it up for you. Otherwise, you'll be struggling a bit, and it can be messy as well if you don't want your you know, carpet to be messed up. You make sure you have it all prepared, like having double or three layer of newspaper. And in fact, I wouldn't even recommend doing it on your carpet. You might want to do it on a floor that you know, like say a cement floor that would not you don't mind if it does get stained, because if, let's say, you spill the ink, it can go into your carpet, your cement, or your wooden floor. And I think this is the really negative part of setting it up. If you spill the ink, that's going to be a big problem, right? But if you do-yourselfer type of person, and you know, you set it up carefully, this printer, I think, is godsend. Right, because basically you save a lot of money, save the environment, and it's a double-side printing, you know, save on paper too. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. Maybe next time I can go into more detail about what it can do, what its capabilities. Like I said, it has a fax, it has a scanner, it has a auto feeder, double-side printer, printing, I mean. Wi-Fi, so you can do wireless. The only thing, the Wi-Fi is not reliable. What else? Yeah, of course, the continuous ink system, meaning you can print a lot and you save a lot on the ink, because you know the tube, if you want to get a refill, it only costs you, I think, 6.5. Well, I can't remember the price actually. I think it's like each one is worth $25. I'm not sure. Like, you need only 4 of them, so $100. But if you think about it, $100 will print 11,000 pages, which is awesome. And if you go on eBay, you probably even get you know, a cheaper ink tubes, maybe half price. All right, thanks for watching. EducateTube.com.